Hello and welcome to from the mic stand. We are live here in Sparrow Park at 1261 Festival. We're seeing the amazing poetry pandemonium in the park. It's been a great event. We've had loads of great poets, and now we're just going to chat to Nick Degg all about his poetry. He was one of the poets performing. So Nick, how have you been?
It's been great. Yeah, it's been a really nice event. You know, what a place to do it. It was a great crowd. You know, what did we have? 30 odd people.
Yep.
And, you know, playing with that as a background, it's just beautiful.
So for people who are brand new to your poetry, just want to tell us about yourself?
Well, current Stoke-on-Trent Poet Laureate. You know, I can't really explain my poetry because it just covers such a wide range, really. Anything from children's poetry up to, you know, disguised politics. And I say disguised politics because I use metaphors quite a bit,
And how would you say, like, what inspires you or influences you to write? Is it music? Is it other writers? Is it comedy? Is it everyday life?
A bit of everything, really. Yeah. I am a people watcher.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll pick a lot of things just by watching somebody and creating a character, and they become a poem. Yeah. Or, you know, just a bag of crisps, writing a poem about a bag of crisps. I'll do anything. I'm cheap.
So to be a poet laureate, how does that happen? Do you just apply for the job or something? Or?
Well, I'm lucky in the respect that the Lord Mayor was a big fan of the kind of poetry I do. One poem in particular, which is about the potteries.
Right.
And I think she, in meetings, would get a phone out and get YouTube on and say to the other people in the council meeting, just watch this guy, you know, if we can have another poet laureate for Stoke-on-Trent, it's got to be him. Because the set I do in Stoke is completely different to the one I did here today, because it's got to resonate with the potteries people. And when I do gigs in Stoke, you know, it really, you know, because just grew up on the same Terry streets as everybody else, you know, and I think that background comes across in the way I put the poems forward, really resonate with the townsfolk.
And have you enjoyed being the poet laureate? What are some of the things you've had to do with it?
Yeah, I mean, probably the highlight is I worked with the North Staff's Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, wow.
At the King's Hall in Stoke. So it was a big swanky do, and it was everybody was dressed up and the tops and tails, and I got to do me I Come From a Town poem with the backing of the orchestra, which was absolutely crazy, really. It was wonderful. And, you know, I've been commissioned to write various pieces for the council as well. But I've chosen an unusual approach with some of them, because I think that's what they expect. They don't want the poet laureate to be obvious, if you like. So I kind of swerve a bit, and I think they like that.
And so if someone wants to get into writing poetry themselves, how did you start?
I used to write a football magazine, and then when that finished, there was a creative hiatus, so I went to a creative writing class, and I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks in, the lecturer said, we're going to do about poetry tonight, and the lady next to me said, oh, poetry's rubbish. So I just wrote that down, poetry is rubbish. Poetry is rubbish. Words are shoes, on different feet are different clues. Sandals rhyme, moccasins don't. A brogue will need polishing, but a Wellington won't. So I'd written a poem in about 2 minutes, and I thought, this poetry lark's easy. But 25 years later, you know, it turns out it's not easy. You really have to graft at it.
And is that still how you write poetry? Does it mostly just flow for you, or do you have to really chip away at it? How does it work?
I've always got my phone with me, and I'm always making notes. So at any given point, I've got 50 or 60 half-written poems, all little vignettes or phrases or something that I'll just go back to. If I get a bit of time sitting there with the cat on my knee, I'll just switch everything off and just create something. So it's all down to the cat, really.
And have there been any like recent releases? Are you planning any new books as well?
Yeah, I had, towards the end of last year, I did 2 books. One was called Chalk and one was called Chase.
Right.
And this year, I'm going to be doing I Come From a Town again, because that really is going to be, I say again, I released it as a pamphlet a few years ago, but now I've got enough material about the potteries to make it, you know, a 150-page stonker. So I'm going to call it I Come From a Town again, because that I Come From a Town poem has got so much traction and weight behind it. It's almost like an anthem for the potteries, which is, you know, it's such an honour, really. Yeah, so I think I've got to call it that just to ride the wave, if you like. So that'll be out for Christmas.
And what have been some of your favourite other gigs that you've done over the years?
I always like going down to Mash, which is, you know, 200 yards from where we're standing now. I've been over to Latitude. That was a great experience. I'll do anything. You know, I did one at Ilkeston Library, and there were 7 people there, and I was supposed to have been there for an hour, but I was there for 2.25 hours, because every poem promoted a conversation, and it was just such a wonderful place to be and a wonderful experience. Yeah, so, you know, just because there's 7 people there, you don't think, oh, this is going to be a struggle, there's nobody here. You know, those 7 people really got what I was doing. And you know, it just grew, and we were having conversations about love, loss, life, and it was stunning.
And are you a person that goes to festivals, or do you perform at a lot of festivals?
No. I'll do local festivals, but you know, the big festivals. I'm an old man. You know, I need me toilet, and me comforts. You know, and me cat.
And if people want to keep an eye on you and the gigs coming up and buy books and everything, is there a good place to do that?
Probably the best thing is Nick Degg Poet on Facebook, because all of the gigs I'm going to be doing are all on Nick Degg Poet. And then on YouTube as well, Nick Degg Poet on YouTube, various videos, 20 or 30 videos, I think.
And are there any dates you want to let people know about, or is it just check on there?
Yeah, just check online, because I can't really remember off the top of my head what's coming up.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for chatting to us this afternoon. I really enjoyed your set. It's
thank you.
been a beautiful afternoon.
Thank you.